Before the Rugby League legend Rob Burrow died in June with motor neurone disease, he'd been organising a one-off cross-code game with the Union player Ed Slater, who's living with the condition. So Rugby League and Rugby Union on the same pitch at the same time.
The match was to remember their friend Doddy Weir, who died from MND in 2022. And tomorrow the game will be played in memory of Doddy and Rob. It's called the 7-4-5, a mix of their squad numbers. Here's what it's all about.
There's the age-old debate about who's better, what game's better. But for me and Rob, it was about how can we bring the two codes together, and at the same time MND is behind it.
For us, the support we've had from the rugby community has been phenomenal. It's been incredible, and I think to bring those two codes together and have a first of its kind game, raising money for MND charities is just fantastic. So I really hope people get behind the game and the concept. And it was one of the last projects that Rob worked on, so it's really great that this is coming to life, and great to celebrate the codes, both codes.
It's just fantastic the way they keep rolling it all out and keep on going. Rob, obviously, Doddy is no longer here, and it's amazing that Ed's still, as you say, banging the drum and keeping everything going.
Well, joining us now are two of the players in the match, Danny Cipriani and Keith Senior. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us from Headingley. How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having us. Yeah, we were both excited. We're just talking about it now.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that you introduced Danny first. It should all be about Rugby League, seeing as though we're the home of Headingley and the home of Rob Burrow as well.
The rivalry's already started. We're trying to keep it peaceful, but, the rivalry's already started. It's good.
I'm already, gentlemen, good morning to you. It's Charlie here. I'm already liking the rivalry I'm hearing. Who's going to give us the basics of what happens on the pitch? Do you just want to explain to people, first of all, how it works?
Do you want me to do that? So, technically, we're trying to combine the two codes of Rugby League and Rugby Union. So up to halfway, it's going to be continuous tackles to tie it in with the Rugby Union element. Then when we get past halfway, it's going to be the set of 6. Rugby Union line-outs and scrums are going to be involved, but they're going to be uncontested because we know that the Rugby Union scrum is specialised, so it's not something that our neck can deal with. So we're trying to keep it as much the same as possible, but hybrid, bringing the game together and try and combining the two codes.
Now, there'll be some people, Danny, listening to that explanation, which I think, Keith, is a pretty good explanation, to be honest. There'll be some people who don't know that much about rugby and won't really understand. If you're a rugby player, you're a rugby player. And there'll be some people who don't really understand the differences. Could you kind of nail that down for us about where you see, Danny, the differences between the players themselves, as in what's required in your normal sports?
Yeah, so it's going to be different for both sports to come together, but the great thing about it, it's just going to be like we're kids again, trying to figure out new rules about playing in a lively way and being exuberant and trying new things. So I think it's actually going to be a really exciting game. I think the fact that there isn't rivalries on it and there isn't like two separate teams and we're all here for one cause for 3 great men that all led with their hearts. I think it's something that connects everyone. It's why everyone in the stadium is going to be here. I think it's going to create a beautiful atmosphere and energy in the stadium that we can all get behind and support a great cause.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Danny, and there'll be so much emotion around it as well, won't there? Players that you have all played with and know very well, people so close to your heart.
Yeah, big time. You couldn't pay me to play rugby anymore, but if it's for my good mate Ed Slater, I flew across from LA just to play in this game because he led with his heart, with compassion, and he was someone that always was a player's captain, did the right thing. And when you see what this disease without the answers that we need is doing to people, I'm all in to put everything I can into that cause, as is Keith and everyone that's taking part. And yeah, we've got to put our bodies on the line for 80 minutes, but we're going to take it a bit easy. But what we're going to do is raise a bit of awareness and money for 3 great men. Rob Burrow and Doddy Weir have been pushing the case for a long time. So, you know, I think with Slate's doing it as well. You know, it's nothing better than this, than everyone getting together.
I mean, you say you're going to take it easy. We shall see. The proof will be tomorrow. Could you hold up the shirts that you've got there? Because they've been designed, haven't they? Ed Slater's Rugby Union side will wear a cherry and white kit designed by Ed's children. And Rob's children have designed the Rugby League kit. They're gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, the kids have done it. It says "Fly Me to the Moon" on the back.
Yeah, and in the collar it says "My Daddy, My Hero" in the Rob Burrow shirt. Yeah. And I think that's one of the beauties. Everybody sees Rob Burrow as a huge hero, and especially for the awareness that he's created for MND. You know, without him, the centre in Leeds would not have been built. So full credit for Rob for putting his life out there and letting everybody see what a devastating disease MND is.
And I tell you what, you both have direct connections, don't you? Because I know that Ed Slater, who played for Gloucester, of course. Danny, you know that place well. I mean, and Rob Burrow as well. In the places that they live and worked and played for, the communities are very strong. Rugby League and Rugby Union in Gloucester, they are very, very big parts in the communities. So people knew them and got involved in their stories and in the illnesses as well.
Yeah, big time for down in Gloucester. You know, I think that's what's been so great. You know, to see Ed. You know, he's not just hidden from anything. He's come out and he's done everything he can to raise awareness in the same way that Rob did, and it's just united people. And through his discomfort and through his pain, he's uniting like thousands and thousands of people, bringing awareness to something that, you know, we all want answers for. And it's great and testament to him and to Rob.
Yeah, I totally agree. The fact that Rob did the documentaries, everybody was involved in his life, his family, his kids. And for us now, it's all about making sure that we keep that legacy going, because this is just the beginning. This is something now that we need to make sure that we can still keep fighting for this disease. And hopefully the aim is to find that cure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It's amazing what a cause, and hopefully raise more awareness and more funds. As for the actual spectacle, sporting fans are going to be fascinated by this. We've seen it before, haven't we? Bath and Wigan faced each other in, I think it was 2 matches a few years ago. I mean, I'm fascinated to see who comes out on top. Give us your individual case for why you think your code is going to win this then.
I'll go first. So technically, we've been looking at the team sheets, and Danny's only 37 years old, and I'm 48. So we're looking at the age bracket straight away. There's a little bit of a mismatch, so we need to keep this game down the middle. We need to keep it tight, stop the ball getting out to Danny so we can show his flair. But he's already put up the battle of... He said he's never been smashed in his career, so that's something that we're going to try and aim for at the weekend. Even though he said that it's not competitive, I think he's a marked man now.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Are you worried about being caught then, Danny?
Boys, I'm not worried about being caught. I think it being new rules and a new game to get our head around, I think it's going to be exciting for the Union boys. I think that at times we might get caught slightly behind the 8 ball when it comes to being onside or play of the ball and things like that, but we've just got to adapt quickly. And, you know, it'll be great to get on the field with some legends like Keith and everyone that's involved.
And it's the refs that I feel for, because that's going to be tricky keeping up with the combination of rules. But also, they've been allocated the Doddy tartan to wear, haven't they?
Yeah, they're in the Doddy tartan, so they're going to be looking great on the day. I think they'll be able to keep up. You know, I think it's just going to be a great event, and I think the atmosphere in the stadium is going to be sort of a very unique and rare one, which, you know, we probably haven't felt in sport, where everyone's together for one cause. So it's going to be great.
I don't know, Keith, if there's any players, and I don't know if you ever say this in your sport, that you might look up and go, oh no, it's him. You know, the one person I didn't want to see marking me, or I've got a tackle. Is there anyone that springs to mind?
Well, I've been doing a little bit of education around, obviously, with Danny, Ben Young, some of the England internationals, and that's where I've been looking at the ages, the retirement, that they've only just recently retired. I've just said to Danny just a bit of advice not to run at Kylie, because Kylie's one of them players, Kylie Lulu, I'll come on the field, he will smash somebody and end somebody and then go back off, so the rest of us have to deal with the carnage of everybody else getting angry and frustrated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some flair from Danny and seeing the ball thrown about, and I think that's what the game's going to be about, is trying to make this as much of a spectacle as possible.
Can I just ask you on a different note, one word answer really, Danny and Keith, perfectly capable of answering this question. England against South Africa today. Can you give me a thought on that game?
Probably South Africa with the way it's going, unfortunately.
They've been losing in the last few minutes, so hopefully they can get that win.
All right. Well, look, we wish you all the best. Thank you for getting up early for us this morning, and have a great day tomorrow. It's a very good cause, and thank you so much.
Make sure you behave yourselves tomorrow.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.